Hey everybody, you are about to watch the Dr. Jaime Show. I hope you enjoy this episode. Hey everyone, and welcome to the Dr. Jaime Show. The Dr. Jaime Show is all about increasing your likability, success, and happiness. And today we have a great show ahead of us with Sarah Doering, professional organizer with Simplicity Organizing Solutions. And we are going to organize your entire life. Well, she is going to organize it today on the show in less than 60 minutes. That's a big feat, so good luck with that. So we are going to chat about how to organize emails, how to organize your home, your closet, your garage. She even has some cool paint can tips, memorabilia tips for guys. We are going to find out what the heck a label maker is and if we actually really need it, what the biggest mistake is when you are organizing your own life. What do you think it is? I'd love to know. Chat and let me know what you think it is. And what if your spouse is the one hoarding all the stuff and won't get rid of it? What can you do? You're going to find out how not to get divorced today on the Dr. Jaime Show. Okay, so who is coming up? So next week we have spring break. I'm going on spring break. I stand for work-life balance, so I'm taking it off. You're taking it off. Let's just take it off. So I will not see you next week. Never fear, we'll have audios up. Just go to YouTube, subscribe to the Dr. Jaime Show or iTunes and Google Play, and you will be alerted as soon as one of the audios next week releases. Okay, so then we come back on the 23rd. We have Akash Patel back on the show. He's going to let us know how it's going with his campaign, how things are going with Elevate. On the 30th, we have a whole segment on bullying, and we are going to have a trio of youngsters. Can you say 20 is youngsters now? I guess you kind of can, right? Up here to chat about bullying, what they do when they go into schools, and talk about how to stop from bullying, how not to bully. I might even share some tips. If you go to my YouTube channel, you type in Jamie Kulaga Bullying, bullying prevention tips are up there, but also what to do if your child is the bully. That's not easy for a parent, right? Especially if you're like, I really am a good parent. I did not breed this. Help me. I have some tips for you as well. Okay, and then we are full through April. I will give you the rundown when we come back of who we have in April, but we're completely full until May. So yeah, I'm so excited. Okay, YouTube, iTunes, we talked about that. Do me a favor, like, review, subscribe to the Dr. Jaime Show. All the likes and all the follows help this show to keep growing, gives me momentum in hopes that I can then return the momentum through the education that we provide on the Dr. Jaime Show. Couple things. Blake was so funny this morning. I just had to share this with you. So we're sitting there, and Wesley kind of like, I call him moms him, kind of, right? Because he's the older brother, so he like tells him what to do. And so Blake screams at me, Mom, this has got to stop. Wesley is yelling at me like he is a senior in high school. And I just found that so funny because he was thinking like a senior in high school is so old and so big. So you seniors out there, I hope that you feel old today because little Blake thinks you are old. And then I want to talk to you before we bring out Sarah about creating a vision in life. So this is something I'm talking to the Two Maids team about. This is something that I talk to my students at Ashford about. And this is something that you need to know too. So if you ever feel like you're circling in life, you may have lost sight of what your vision is. So a lot of us work for companies that have vision, or maybe you even own your own business and you have a vision for your company. But what is your vision for your life? So what is your vision for your family? I want you to sort of take the next week to think about what your vision is for your family, yourself, but then what is your purpose? So why are you here in life? Why do you think the good God has put you here? You need to know these things. You need to know why you're here and your purpose, and you need to identify your vision. Then I would just like make like a little tagline and put it on your computer, put it on the backdrop of your phone, because the decisions that you make in life, the interactions that you have with your family, your friends, your spouse, your coworkers, if every minute of the day that vision is in your face, you're going to act, react, and behave a lot different. So my motivation or my purpose in life, I believe why I'm here is to motivate and inspire people. I really do believe that. So I have a little tag on my computer, and I've been trying to remember all the time especially lately as we're doing this push, so I should do it even more. Motivate and inspire, Jamie. Purpose equals motivation and inspire. So now, when I'm in a meeting with the management team at Two Maids, when I'm talking to a client, actually when I talk to clients, it's always there, but it's not always there when I'm talking to Wes. It's not always there when I'm talking to my kids. It's not always there when I'm huddling the crew at Two Maids. So I need to remember that always in every interaction, that I'm here to motivate and inspire. Because then if I become a little bit too fussy, if I have my hand on my hip, if I want to be demanding, if I want to be judgmental, wait a minute, take a step back. This is not your purpose. This is not your vision. You're here to figure out a way to motivate these people and inspire them, Jamie. Do it. So I challenge you, and a lot of times it's not easy. Some people sit back and they say, okay, well, my vision, I want to make money, I want to be healthy, I want to be happy. That's not a vision. We all want that. Those are our goals, but that's not your purpose. You weren't here put in life to be a healthy person. You're here to do something, and that's giving something out. So what is that? So I challenge you to take the time and think about it now that you're going to have extra room in your brain, because you're going to be organized, because the moment you've been waiting for is coming right now. Sarah Doering with Simplicity Organizing Solutions. Come on down. Give me a hug, girl.
Hello.
Hi.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you. Take a seat. I told her don't spin around so that we don't see her at the
Right.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
I'm glad to have you here. I think this is the perfect time of year to get this going. So tell us a little bit, this is something that I have all the guests do, something unique, bizarre, interesting that very few or little people know about you.
All right, something that not many people know about me, but it's such a big part of my life.
Okay.
So I have a beautiful, unique family.
Okay.
My sisters are both adopted. Emma we adopted when she was 3 years old from China, and Nisha was 6 years old from India. So at a young age, I had the opportunity to experience different cultures and travel, and they're just the love of my life, and they make our family who we are. So it's a fun fact.
Yay!
I love it.
That's awesome. How fun. That's gotta be so fun sometimes.
And it's all we know. It's all the three of us know. So we were never compared to each other as children, because we all look different and are unique and have different interests. So it was just the best environment to grow up in, because we were a great team, but we're nothing alike, and we're never compared, because I hear that all the time, where people are compared to their older sister or whatnot, and it's just like, we didn't have to worry about that, so how nice.
That's so nice, and we are in such a society of comparing, not just to our siblings anymore. We're looking on social media, we're going to Facebook, why am I not like her, what is she doing, why am I not like him? It's causing depression, anxiety, and I think a lot of anger and hate as well.
It is. There is such a sad emphasis on that. I wish there was an easy solution to fixing it, but just, focusing on, like you had said before I came out, why am I here? What is my purpose? Focusing on something bigger than ourselves, I think, is just a very freeing way to live personally.
And so is being organized, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Okay, so now I want to know, I want the viewers to know who they're getting their information from. So before your story about what your business is, tell us a little bit about who you are. Do you have pets? Are you a wife? You own this business? Tell us a little bit about your background and who you are.
Okay, so I was actually born and raised in Tampa, Florida.
One of 4 people.
Yeah. And I went to Florida State University, so any Knowles out there. I got a double major in entrepreneurship and finance. I was a nanny for quite some time through high school, and in college it was something that worked around my schedule. And that's where the idea of running a professional organizing business started. I saw how there's this disorganization in a space, in a family, that breeds a lot of chaos, is what I found. So I was like, what if I can start to fix those things? So nonetheless, that's how the idea was born, how people started paying me for this service, and it's just been a passion of mine. Even at a young age, I was pulling things out of closets, separating them into piles, and saying, hey mom, do you need this? Or can we let this go and help this charity? Or I heard a friend at school needs this. So just kind of that mentality of simplifying and giving back. It's a passion of mine, and it has been for a long time. So it sounds cliche, but I mean, it's what I feel like I'm supposed to do. I love it.
And for the pet lovers out there, do you have any pets?
Okay, so I am such a dog person. I love animals. I actually ride horses.
Okay.
I do not have a dog right now. My childhood dog passed away about 2 years ago, but she was a wonderful golden retriever. So
those are the best.
I will definitely get another. I feel like I wouldn't be the best dog mom at this moment in time because my business is my priority, but I love animals. So I find time to still, pursue my hobby of horseback riding and do that probably only once a month right now, which is kind of crazy. It's just a bit of a far distance, but being outside, being active. I love schedules, so my schedule every day, starts at 5:45 and goes from there. So I'm definitely a person of habit.
Nice. Yeah, and you gotta know too when you can handle an animal or not. So it's not just about being able to afford it, right? And a lot of times people can't afford it.
Right.
You just get the dog, you forget the heartworm, the flea
stuff.
kill, the vet bills, that adds up. But then even if you have the money, we might not have the time, right? And that's how I am with the boys. I have the 3 boys, I say, and I would not be able to take as great care of it as someone else out there. So I can't, but I do love them.
They're wonderful, loving creatures. So someday, that's the answer. Yes.
Someday,
yes.
I love it. Okay, very good. Okay, so now simplicity, organizing solutions.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about how you got here. So you told us you were nannying. Tell us a little bit about the leap you took to take your business. How did you get to today?
I was very fortunate that in college I was part of a program that was very hands-on and actually had me start a business while in school. Although it's not simplicity, it gave me the tools and started, cultivating a business mind and, formulating a plan of action, a business plan. Figuring out, is the market, going to accept this? Is this a service that they need? So nonetheless, the research started in college, and I met with mentors of mine who said, you are never going to have a time in your life where you have less responsibility and less risk.
So true.
So I started this business right out of college 3.5 years ago, and I just was like, if I'm going to put my all into something, let's do it while I don't have a family counting on me. So I'm not married, I don't have children, so it's a time of my life where I can really hopefully build that foundation and then start my own life on top of that. And you can teach me more about that when I get there, for sure. I'm gonna need help.
Absolutely. Anything, and this is sort of off the cuff here, but for students that might be watching that are in school, anything that they need to know in taking the leap for their business? Because we always talk about adults with families taking the leap, but anything that students need to know that might be in college thinking about this?
Certainly, if they are feeling inspired to start a business, I think the best thing that you can do is your market research and really just starting to ask individuals for their honest opinion about, hey, look, here's my idea, I'm passionate about it, I feel that people really need either this service, that's my passion, is providing a service, but it could be a product. Formulating a plan, getting that plan very organized before you take it to any kind of authority so that you're ready for that critique and you can make those changes. And it's not that if you get negative feedback in your opinion, it's not that it has to be the end. It's just that you're maybe needing to restructure, take that idea and grow it into something else that's right for your market. So I love entrepreneurialism, and if anybody ever wants just to bounce ideas off of me or needs to be put in contact with the right people to get started, I'd be happy to help them.
And what website can they go to get a hold of you?
Yes, so sorganizing.com, and you can reach me via email there or by phone.
I love it. One of the best things that I would say I took from my PhD, actually the PhD program, probably the dissertation phase, was I was rejected. How many times? It feels like 400 times.
Yep.
You turn it in, nope. Turn it in, nope. Turn it in, nope. And then you're down to the end, nope. And you learn, in the beginning it's like, oh, he doesn't get what I'm saying. But then you start learning, okay, they're on my team. They're trying to shape me because they've walked in my shoes and they know what will fail and what will succeed. And so you've got to be really open-minded. And by the end of it, I was open-minded, and now I can take feedback when I do things on camera, when I do things. And I don't internalize it and just shut down and be like, I'm worthless. This is never going to work. Instead, I'm like, okay, you're right. That will make me better.
Yeah.
And it's very hard for people to take feedback. But I think students out there, and probably even people with families out there, you can learn. If you've got a non-toxic person on your side giving you feedback, really consider it.
Absolutely.
Love it.
So
Great.
it's a wonderful skill to
Yep.
master.
Yes,
You
not
know,
easy.
Critique and criticism, because it's how you become successful.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
it is hard. So
It's very hard.
Yeah.
It's very hard.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to talk business.
Yes.
Professional organizer. What is it?
Right. So it was actually started in 1984
Okay.
in Los Angeles, California. So really just people identifying that there was a need for systems in homes and offices and how to provide that for people so it's conducive with their lifestyle, so it can improve the quality of life, decrease people's stress, increase their productivity and efficiency, which, you know, is
It does.
in a forever changing world that is becoming faster and faster and faster. Without systems, it's almost as if we kind of can't keep up with everybody else.
Yeah.
So I think that's why it started, and I'm glad it did because I love it.
Yeah.
That's my passion. So thank you, whoever in Los Angeles,
Thank you,
California.
1984.
decided- Yeah.
Hashtag 1984.
Yes.
That's what I mean. All right. Okay, so, all right, so now we know what a professional organizer is, but so many people, especially, you know, we get this with two maids. How are you different from an organizer? Do you do organizing? So what is the difference between a housekeeper or a cleaning company and a professional organizer?
So a cleaning service and a professional organizing service work very well together,
Okay.
but have nothing in common.
Okay.
A home needs both.
Okay.
For a cleaning service to do their job to the best of their ability, a home has to be tidy first.
Yes.
So my team and I, we come into a space, what we're doing is we're helping clients identify what they truly need in that space. So the organizing process works where it's sorting, discarding, and organizing. So when we're able to eliminate a bit of the clutter in a space, it allows then after us a cleaning service to come in and pick up that basket, dust underneath, because it's not miscellaneous items all over a countertop.
Yes.
Everything has its home and its spot. So it allows your maid or your cleaning service to do the most efficient job. Because if there's clothes all over a bedroom floor, the time that it would take them to gather it all, fold it all, and then
And we wouldn't
vacuum,
even fold it all because that's
Right.
not our role. Our role would be to
Exactly.
pick it up and shove it into a corner because we
Right.
don't fold
Right.
and organize and hang and color code.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
So they work very well together, but nonetheless very separate industries.
Yes.
And so we are asked sometimes, well, if you're taking all of this out of the closet, do you dust? Do you vacuum? Do you do all these things? And the answer is no.
No.
You need a cleaning service for that, and please do it, because after organizing, you will find that there are corners that haven't been touched in a while.
Yeah.
So it is the perfect time to have your company come in and fix those little issues for them.
Strategic partners right here for sure.
It definitely
Absolutely.
is a very
Okay.
nice relationship. for
Okay,
sure.
fabulous. Okay, so what are your top 3 services, and can you walk us through one of the most common ones?
Right. So we only offer 3 services.
Okay.
So it's either home organizing, office organizing, or custom closets and garage cabinetry.
Nice.
So that's a fun one that people love to do, the custom work. What we do the most work is in people's homes.
Okay.
So like I had mentioned earlier, that process is really meant to help people identify what they truly have. Because when you're working in a whole home, let's say we go to do the junk drawer in the kitchen. Well, there's probably more than one junk drawer in a home. It's normal. It's very common. Well, let's get all of those materials out of those drawers, put it in a space, a good working space, separate out by category what kind of items are in that drawer. So it might be like home improvement, tools, office supplies, coupons is something common we find in a junk drawer, paperwork, things like that. So when we're able to separate that out in piles from a whole space, clients are able to say, oh, well, maybe I will let go of that pair of scissors because I have
12.
10. Exactly. So it's really just empowering clients to make these decisions that they've wanted to based on having the knowledge to make the confident decision
Okay.
of what to let go. And then we help them take those items to charity so that they feel good about, okay, at least if I'm letting go of this, it's not going in the trash. It's
Right.
either being recycled or it's going back into a wonderful charity in the community.
Yes.
So the offices are similar to that, but nonetheless, it's just very different items in those two spaces.
Well, what I like too is that you gather it all, and this could be a tip for you, is you're gathering it all to see everything you had. And I know we did an audio together, and you had given an example about you take like all the shirts down or something, and then you realize you have 6 of the same white shirt. Do you really need all 6 of the same white shirt? Can we get it down to 2 or 3 or 5? Like just minimize it. But when you just do one drawer at a time or one section, it might be like, oh, I only have 1 pair of scissors. I need these. But when you put it all together, you see how much stuff it is amazing how much a home accumulates. My biggest tip out there for people like moving into a new home, because this is what I didn't want to do with this home, and we didn't do it actually. Moving into this home and then being like, oh my God, the walls are empty, and then like running to Target and just buying everything.
Right.
I have to keep in mind, building this home is slow. You're going to go to Cancun, Jamie. You're going to go to the Keys, Jamie. And when you're in these places, you're going to get things you'll never find at Target. So just slow and steady instead of buying it all, and then just keep buying and buying and buying. And then your garage is full and your storage is full, and it keeps her in business. So I guess keep doing it. But in that case, go to Target and buy everything you need. But yeah, we just accumulate so much.
Right. We live in a consumer society. So I feel bad for all of us, because we turn on the TV, we open a magazine, we open now Instagram and all of these different things, and there is media identifying what we buy. They know what we buy. They know where we are. So it's smart. Great job marketing. You're doing a wonderful job. But they're putting things in front of us that are interesting.
Yes.
And speaking to that want instead of a need.
Yes.
And it creates this consumerism, which is great for our economy, and in balance, it's wonderful. But a lot of times we are picking up things where maybe we have buyer's remorse.
Yes.
And then we don't let go of it because we're like, dang, I spent money on that item, so we can go into that later. But nonetheless, it is a very challenging world to have that self-control to be like, okay, do I need that? When you're at Target, do I really need that? And I mean, that's a hard... That's a hard skill to grasp. I love Target. I love Target. I was there for a client yesterday. I mean, it's a beautiful place, and they do a good job.
And we're so impulsive. That's the thing you brought up earlier. We're fast-paced. Go, 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 go. And so it brings us into decision-making that becomes fast-paced, because everything is, and it just rolls in. So, okay. So what items do people keep that they should just let go of?
Okay, so when we're organizing spaces, whether it's like a master bathroom or a medicine cabinet, we find a lot of excess when it comes to small travel items. So believe it or not, lotions, face washes, all of these things expire. Mascara, makeup, we find a lot of makeup. A lot of these products actually expire and can be very dangerous for you. So I would say no need to keep baskets and baskets full of those little travel size that you're getting and picking up at hotels. I understand you want to be efficient and all of that, but with packing, you really don't need many small items if you're refilling them. So I would say that's an easy thing. Just let it go, and you can give it to a homeless shelter, and they will distribute all of those things you've been saving in a day. So you don't have to throw them away. They're wonderful sizes for charities in that field, but you don't need them.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a great tip. Yeah, why do we feel so compelled? This is a psychology question. I'll need to do figure this one. We feel compelled to take like the little shampoo that we didn't use at the hotel. Like, why do we need that?
But did you notice she said all women's products right there? Mascara, lotions.
So what are you doing? Are you blaming the females?
No, I'm just
Are
saying.
you sure?
That's
It's 2 against 1 right now. Do you wanna do this?
And with men, so bars of soap. It's like if it's opened already and it's at the bottom of a container, toss it. Right? We're not going to reuse it. Lotions, colognes. You might say, I used to love that smell. It's just not practical for me anymore.
Yeah.
We'll donate it. It's just. We hold on to a lot of things because we spent money on it, or someone gave it to us and we feel guilty. And there's a lot of psychology behind that, which I am not qualified to talk about. But at least being able to identify, okay, I'm holding on to this because I feel like someone's going to be mad at me if I let it go. And there is within reason what you should and should not let go of. And for everyone, that's very different.
A cologne when you were in high school and you're 42 now, it's okay that the girlfriend gave it to you. You're married with 5 children now. Move on.
Right. You probably don't like the scent anyways.
No, give it to some high schooler. Okay. Okay. What do you do with all the items that people rid of, and any places that you could share with viewers that might not even be in Tampa, what they could do with their stuff?
Right. So if you're not in Tampa, Florida, Salvation Army is a wonderful organization that has a beautiful program for helping individuals with addiction, and I've met a few of those individuals who have gone through the program, so that's a very convenient way to donate. They'll come to your doorstep, and they're nationwide. So for anyone viewing in other states, this resource will help you. Locally, Vintage Thrift Store is one that my clients really like to give to. Their focus is on raising funds for the Ybor Dream Center. It's an inner city after school enrichment program, which I volunteer at, so I have seen what the program looks like and how the money is being put to good use. So it's a smaller charity that has a very specific cause, and they come to your doorstep too. So it really is getting easier and easier for people to set these things outside their door and get them picked up. Another great resource that I love, the Humane Society of Tampa Bay.
Nice.
So oftentimes we'll go in our garage or we're going through the linen closet and there's kind of some stained sheets or just older towels that we think deserve to go in the trash. Well, actually, this is a great resource that you can bring to the Humane Society. Or like old pillows. You're maybe like, ooh, do I want to donate that to someone that's something that's kind of gross or whatnot? You know, they clean the linens there, and it keeps the dogs and cats warm at night. I was like, oh, I love animals. So
that's a great one.
And they are the nicest people.
And we do throw away sheets and towels because we're like, we don't want to give these to somebody.
Exactly.
No, I know, that's
or
fabulous.
even like T-shirts that are just from a race that you've done that's very old, very oversized. You're just like, I don't know if this is worth donating it. They'll take it. Or, unfortunately, when a pet passes, you know, sometimes we need resources. We're like, well, do we throw the dog food out? No. Even if it's an open bag that's in a reasonable time frame and they check it out, you can bring dog food, toys, bowls, dishes, all of that.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love that resource.
Yeah,
it's really great for items kind of out of the box where it's like, what do I do with this?
Yes. Yeah, and items that we would just trash that someone really does need.
Right, absolutely.
Oh, fabulous. That's great. Okay. What are your favorite organizing tools?
So I have a few that I've brought with me today. So not that everyone has to have a label maker. You don't have to have it. Tape and a Sharpie works great. But I love this label maker. So this is my Epson label maker. It makes sense to me because the keypad is like it is on our keyboard on our computer, which some of them are A, B, C, D, E, and that's inefficient to me. So I really enjoy this Epson label maker. You do have to order the label tape through Amazon. It's not at Staples. So just a forewarning for viewers if they're trying to have it be
the fine
convenient.
print. There's the fine print.
Right? Okay. So I love that. Chalk labels are wonderful, and it allows you, they're really good in pantries because what you can do is get uniform containers for cereal, rice, pasta, those types of items. So it looks very nice and uniform.
Love it.
And then it allows you to change what you're putting in those. So you're not limited to, oh, I labeled this one Cheerios, so now Cheerios have to live in that container forever. So
Kids grabbing Cheerios for the next 18 years.
Exactly. And they're cute. I like them a lot. And you don't have to get them with fancy edges. Men, you can get just like an oval or whatnot. And they work well in the garage too, because if you have a bunch of small containers for nails and screws, you may
I haven't
want
seen
to
this. Let me
change
see this.
Yeah.
So this is oh, nice.
So chalk pens are great because to get it off, you have to use water.
Okay.
So if you have children and they're grabbing containers,
I was going to say
normal chalk just smears off.
Yes.
This will stay put.
Nice.
So,
love.
Yeah, you can get this. I got this one at the Container Store, but sorry, Container Store. Amazon is so easy, and most of us have Prime, so you can get it in a day if you want to order it today. So
and don't go to Target and get it because you'll walk out with everything but that.
That's why I like Amazon because we can have a list and just stick to the list. Yeah. It's hard to stay focused in Target. I think.
You cannot. You cannot.
So these types of containers are found at the dollar store. So you can get 3 for $1. Really great deal.
Nice.
You're not going to see these. They're going to be inside your junk drawer, inside a drawer, or a media entertainment center for, you know, different remotes or DVDs or whatnot. Great. So they work well in the kitchen, pantry, family room, bedside table. I know those can get messy because it's just like random things that you want in there close to you. So these types of containers are
Keep
lifesavers. Yep,
nice.
I love it.
Excellent.
A few more for you guys.
Yeah.
Ziploc bags. I love them. They're wonderful to at least get started and then use a Sharpie to label it. Yes. So even if you are going into the playroom and separating out Barbie shoes or something very tedious like that, it at least allows you to kind of pause your project, seal it up, maybe put it on a top shelf so your work isn't immediately destroyed that day during
I know,
time.
like all the people with girls right now are like, that's what you do with the Barbie shoes.
Right.
It's so
Or like
true.
Legos. I mean, Legos
Yeah.
now. Kids love Legos.
Oh.
It's a beautiful thing, but they're everywhere.
Everywhere.
So sometimes even just being able to transition in and out sets with a gallon-sized Ziploc bag so that your sons probably love them, but
Yep.
maybe they don't need access to all 20 sets at one time. So you can kind of like keep up high a few in your closet and just rotate them in and out, and that can be very helpful.
And puzzle pieces, because the puzzle
That's great.
boxes are always breaking.
Yeah.
I just found a random puzzle piece under the table today. I just throw it out. Like, I'm not even gonna. So now we're gonna do this puzzle one time, and we're gonna be missing like 12 pieces. Mommy threw those out, honey.
Right.
So yeah. So
Well,
that's
and what
great.
is your time worth?
Yes.
That's what I ask clients too, because depending on, I'm a little OCD, so I'm very, very attention to detail. So I used to get hung up on throwing out miscellaneous items I find in a drawer where it's like, I know it's just something, what
Yes.
is it? But is it worth my time to search for what it goes to? Or if I really need it someday, you can order a cord
Yes.
or a part or a puzzle, you know, might cost, I don't know, $6.99
Right.
to $12.99.
And we're probably not
Is
even gonna do the puzzle.
Right, is it
That's
worth
the
your
truth.
time? That's what I ask clients, because they create all these projects for themselves with good intent.
Yes.
But it's just moms, stay-at-home dads, working professionals, you are busy. You don't have time
The
to
cords are
match
huge.
little puzzles or cords.
The cords are huge,
Yeah.
and I always with Wes, I'm like, Wes, come over here. We're gonna organize this really quick. Do we need this cord? Do we need this cord? And you're actually really good with, you know what? I don't know what that goes to. Just toss it.
Men
And for the
love-
most part, we've never
Toss it.
needed it again.
Men love cords.
Yes.
Men love cords. So the women are always like, yeah, throw out the cord box. I hate looking at it. And the men are like, absolutely not. So to find a compromise with that, what my team and I do is we pair each type of cord together so that the gentleman can see how many he has of each type. And then there's going to be some where we really don't know what it goes to. So if we can't identify it, that's when we let it go. And I do ensure for my clients that when they need or if they are missing a cord, text me a picture of what it goes to. We help clients recycle a lot of cords through Urban E, which is another wonderful resource
nice.
for recycling electronics. Because again, that's something where it's like, it's easier to throw it in the trash. If I don't even know what it goes to, why would I donate it? But you can recycle it, because then at least there's stripping coppers and different
Yeah. Oh,
materials
cool.
Like
that can be
computer batteries and
recycled.
stuff, you know?
Okay.
Yes,
So if
exactly.
people
Tons of
have
computer
some, do they
batteries.
go to urbane.com? Are they bringing them to you? Is there a facility where?
So Urban E, if you go to
Okay.
urbane.com, there's
Okay.
a number on there for pickups, and they'll pick up from
Oh,
you
they'll
as
pick it
well.
up.
A lot
Fabulous.
of these organizations are very willing to come to your doorstep. When clients work with my team and I, we take items for them to
Yes.
charities. If I have a smaller car, I need a truck someday.
She'll
you
be
know.
in this what, like what F350
Junker.
or something?
She'll be
Oh,
junking.
wow.
Everyone's like, oh no, this girl does not need a truck. So, you know, I
She'll be
fit what I can in my
I would not
small
be
car.
able to park between two cars if I had that big. I'd be like, you know what? I'm just gonna park on the street.
I've driven an Escalade before, and that's the
Have you?
biggest thing I've ever driven, and I was just like out of my element up there. I was like, oh my gosh. So we'll see about that big car thing. But nonetheless, there's great resources in the community. A few more items that are easy to get a hold of that'll help you in any space. So,
What was this? Did you just talk about this? What did
Oh,
we say?
I didn't.
No.
I snuck this one past you, but I love it.
Okay.
So when I go to measure closets where someone wants a custom solution, this is a laser pointer measuring.
I
So-
need this.
So right, you know,
We have
so this
We don't have this.
from where I'm sitting to the wall is 127 inches and 3/16. It makes it very quick and efficient because my arms are only so long to use my tape measure. So
This just
if
caused
you're
a family
trying,
fight.
uh-oh.
I hold the thing. The kids play. I mean, it's an
You
awful.
threw it away.
Yeah, I did not throw
Uh-oh.
that away.
See, this does happen every once in a while where people will start blame game. I have an extra one, so if you want it, don't
If
even
I go
worry,
to
guys.
urbanmedia.com, I can find.
Yeah.
No, I need. We're getting that. We're buying that.
Yeah, this one was only $49 from Lowe's, so they have ones that obviously have longer distances, but some people have massive closets. I've seen some beautiful, humongous closets, but most people's situation is not
Right.
that.
Yeah.
So this works just fine.
Okay.
These baskets, this one is actually from Walmart. You can order these online as well, and now they do free shipping also. This is a Y-weave basket is what they call it, so you can order those. They work well under the sink.
Yes.
They work well on the top shelf of a master closet.
On the boat.
They work well in a linen closet, on the boat, transferring stuff from your car to inside to car.
Nice.
Love these bins. paste a chalk label on the outside. I use these in my trunk to organize my trunk. So I know a lot of us, it's like we're living in our car for work, in and out, in and out. So at least giving yourself categories to designate in the trunk of what you most commonly are using is really helpful. So
and it's not rolling all over, clickety-clang everywhere.
I love those baskets. They're wonderful. And then note cards. So if you are feeling encouraged to start organizing on your own, it's very important to label the piles that you're making. So we call those category piles. So at least with something bright colored, you can take your choice. You can at least write with a Sharpie what you're working on, whether it's paperwork or whatnot, so that when you have to stop that project and close it up, you have order of what you've done already.
Okay.
So these are very helpful.
Excellent.
So those are my favorite things. If they want more, they can visit the blog at sorganizing.com.
Perfect.
There's a lot of different products, but these will be more
These
than
are good
sufficient.
starters.
These are great starters because they work everywhere, so you're not going to waste your money.
Love it.
Use these.
Love it. I'm getting myself this little
laser measure tape.
Yes,
I don't know if this. The men out there are probably screaming at the screen
yelling
what
at
the
us.
proper name is.
Yeah.
I should know.
No, it doesn't. I like that laser measuring. That's what it does. It's
Yeah.
a laser and it measures. I love that.
I love
We
this
do
thing.
not
It's so
have
easy.
that. Go get it. Go get it in our unorganized garage, which we're gonna need to keep her for 6 hours after this. By the way, okay. Fact or myth, and I think you answered this, but again, everyone needs a label maker.
It's fun. I
Okay.
love them, but you don't need a label maker to be organized. So you can either use a chalk label, or if you're like, I don't have that. Well, to get started, you can either use note cards, sticky notes, masking tape, and a Sharpie on bins works wonders. Like in a garage, that's better because these pretty labels are going to peel off with the humidity anyhow.
Yeah.
So
I could see the guys saying, I'll just do that. And the girls
Yeah.
are like, oh no, we
Pretty
need to make a
labels.
trip to Target again. We need to go get the
Get your labels.
Okay, so you help people organize emails too. Is that right?
That's
Okay,
cool.
explain this and and what
email
can we
is
do?
so overwhelming. So we get a lot of physical snail mail as well. Some clients more than others based on how much, online banking they're doing and things of that nature. But you get a lot of email, and that's not going to stop. So the 2 tips that I would suggest to start with to at least eliminate the clutter in your inbox and some of the stress of like that number growing on your phone, seeing that by the little mail. Me personally, I can hang with like about 20 there or on text message, but if it gets more than that, I start to get a little anxiety. Some people don't care at all. Some people have to have it at 0 all the time.
Yeah.
What I would really, really recommend is that do not open an important email if you are not sitting at a desk or a place where you can respond to it at that moment.
Okay.
Because otherwise it goes forgotten. And then there's this stress of, hey man, did you get to that? Hey, have you been able to work on that project? Did you see my email? And then there's this miscommunication and stress. So wait till you're sitting down. Even if it's that you have to start scheduling 20 minutes additional in the morning before you get to work to just address 5,
Yes.
and do it well.
I start bringing it down.
Yeah, and then unsubscribe from all that junk immediately. And you might have to have an assistant on top of this because it's so much.
Yes.
And I feel as though you'll unsubscribe from something and then 20 days later you're back on their list for
Yep.
something else. How that's not illegal, I'm not exactly quite sure, but it's very obnoxious. So if you have an assistant or someone that does a little bit of admin for you, put them on that because it will really decrease your stress of having to look at like, oh my gosh, I have 100 emails to do. Well, probably not. Maybe it's 70, which is still terrible, but it's not 100. So get rid of that junk.
So I'm notorious. So I answer all my emails that I'm supposed to right away. Like you're saying, but I don't delete them or file them. So if you go, I wonder if I could show her right now, and she
50,000.
probably would fall over and just walk off the show. So you want to see? Okay,
I'm ready.
There's my number right there.
Oh, wow.
So
I
have,
don't like that, but a lot of people are fine with it.
I can't do it with
Different.
text messages though. You
Yeah.
want text like when I have to even if it's like the alarm, it's like you have 20 from the alarm, and I'm like I have to look at it to get the number.
If
down.
you don't mind me asking, do you have more than one email address hooked up to that?
3.
Out of those 3, do you use all of them or just 2 of the 3?
I do use all of them.
Okay, you use all of them.
Just because one's so old that I still,
Right,
yes.
so I have some clients where they'll say, I have 3 funneling in, but 1 is really just for junk. It's like, well, then why connect it? Don't
Yes.
connect it.
Good, that would be
let
a
it
great
be your
point.
junk email and just let it. I have one of those,
Yes.
and I am never going to log into it ever again because I'm sure it's
at that number.
30,000 or
Yes.
something
So
crazy.
I have 50,000
She has
emails.
50,000.
But they're not unanswered. They're just
Right.
not filed. So,
Right.
but I would like to I wish there was a way for example, let's say Target. Target's probably sent me 20,000 of those emails since I've had this. How can I click all Target and delete all?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or track all of the things from Wayfair and delete all. No.
It's like creating a new habit now and moving forward. And for you, you're so incredibly busy, it's not worth your time to fix the past. It's just creating some new habits in the future to make it more manageable.
Yeah.
So definitely getting off those junk emails and trying not to open unless you can address.
Yes.
And address could even be scheduling another time with that individual for a phone call, or scheduling another time for answering that email, just letting them know, hey, today's crazy, I got it, I'm going to work on it tomorrow at 9. But when you do that, talk to your iPhone and say, set a reminder for me tomorrow at 9 a.m. or whatever time I just said to do this.
Good.
I love using reminders on my phone. It just takes it out of my head. Or I use Asana, which is a task management app that's free. So
Can you spell that?
Asana.
Okay.
Yep. I will say, men, I'm going to find you something better and post about it. I love Asana. It's efficient. It's very feminine.
Okay.
It's a lot of it's pink. The background is a light pink. And I personally am not a huge pink person. It doesn't bother me. But I feel like a man would download it and be like, this just is too girly for me. I don't know why they did that exactly. Okay. Maybe there's a way to pick your colors as your background. I'm not sure. It's a great app other than the color. Okay. So I'll find men something more gender neutral.
Nice. I love it.
Unless you like pink, and that's perfectly fine.
Yes. Pink apparently means power, so I'm just saying you do. Okay. Okay, so paper. Actual paper, not email. What can people do when they have files just stacked up of old things? Any tips on those people that are like, I need to organize that cabinet or that file with paper?
Right. Paper gets overwhelming quickly, kind of like email.
Yes.
So you may say, yes, I have an office and the whole floor is covered in paper. We've seen it a million times. A good way to get started is with a small manageable stack. Stacks take a long time. You're not going to do the whole office in one day, but you can take a small stack and then start with general categories. So using note cards like these, because you're not going to finish the project in one day, so you have to label your stacks. I would recommend with something as general as insurance, health, family, bills, auto.
Okay.
Simple as that. Not year, not what insurance company. You're going to do another one for financial. You're not even going to separate out bank from credit card from financial investment. You're going to start with very broad categories. And
because people might get caught up in the whole, okay, this is going to be here and this is from 2017 and...
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. So that at least you can get all of those papers into general categories so that your brain knows when you're going to do auto, you're going to then be looking for 5 new categories. Okay. And guess what? Probably 3 of those 5 are going to be shred. It's either going to be a car you don't own anymore, or you're going to find the things that are actually important to you, like the car title, and maybe current receipts.
The only one thing you really need anyway.
Car title important.
Yeah, and if you're going to keep your car, so for instance, I'm going to keep my car until it doesn't drive anymore. Yeah. I'm saving all these receipts for what? I scan them in, but I'm kind of like, I take good care of my car and I'm not going to sell it. Do I really need these receipts? Probably not. So if you're looking to sell your car, keep and scan your receipts, but if not, keep it easy on yourself and shred all of them but the most current year.
What is your take on bank statements? I know some people keep them and they're 12 pages long. Dump them, keep them.
I do it all through e-banking, so I do it all online.
Okay.
I don't get any paper sent to me anymore, but what I do for my business account is I download the PDF of that statement and put it in a file on my computer. Okay. So I do very much encourage taking what paper filing you have once you're able to create that system, which that's going to take time. Yep. And you don't have to get there today, tomorrow. But make that paper system and the folders on your computer exactly the same, because then you're learning one system. And now, whether it's email, someone sending you a receipt or an invoice or a quote or whatnot, you have to have a solution of where to drag and drop.
Yes.
Don't keep them in your email, So it's really creating systems that are the same in physical form and on your computer desktop. Okay. That's going to help you long term with those things.
Yes.
So that with financial investment statements, don't get them sent to your house. You certainly don't need them sent to your house, but if I were you, I would download once a year the year-end statement and drag it into that folder for that year.
Perfect.
Just so that you have it, so that you're not completely dependent on that institution to have your backups, even though by law they're required. Just, it'll let you sleep at night. It'll let you sleep at night that you have it.
Okay,
Yep.
good. Love it. Great tip.
Yeah.
Okay, spouses. Okay, some of these spouses that we have tend to keep everything and will part with it. I think we're pretty good with that, I have to say, as a team. Like, if we really don't need it, we'll dump it. We don't have too much stuff.
Yep.
But I could see there are spouses where one or the other is just collecting. We might need it at some point.
Right.
Any tips, or do they just file for divorce now?
Well, communicating is hard, really hard. I'm not
So file.
married, but I'm... so don't throw away your spouse's items without their permission. So I can speak to the mind that clutter causes them great anxiety. So your natural tendency is to want to throw things out immediately because you're stressed out and you just want it gone. But when you do that, it's kind of creating for the other person greater feelings of control that they already have inside of them to hang on to things, whether it was a painful memory or whatnot. They're very sentimental, and it doesn't make sense to you if you like, things clear and all of that. But the best thing for your relationship is to talk about it and come at it from a loving approach of, hey, look, this is where I'm coming from. I need things to be clear and tidy to feel at peace. I've done some organizing today. These are 3 piles of items that I would really appreciate it if you went through them for me. I want to respect your decisions and let you make those decisions. It's going to be not as successful the first time as you want it to be, but I can guarantee you I've had clients where the first session, they let go of one notebook. One unused notebook from an office, and that's it. Very frustrating for me. I want so much more progress for them than that. But a year and a half later, they fill up my car every single time I'm there. So it's allowing them to build those healthy habits themselves, because when people feel forced, they push back. They don't want to do it. So slow and steady. It works, I promise.
And if there's stuff all over, let's say papers all over or clothes all over, that is a good time to give you a call and say, listen, all right, you don't want to purge this stuff, fine. Let's at least give Sarah a call. Let's get her to pick this up, organize the clothes, and maybe there's a way without purging. You want to try to purge if you can, but if not, maybe a way to tidy it or use the baskets and stuff to get it away. That way you don't have to see it as a spouse with stuff all over.
At least creating a temporary system that can maybe be worked out of a bit. Something I see often is saving clothes sizes, male or female, above or below where someone's at, and that takes up a lot of space in the closet. So at least if someone's not ready to let go of those things, within a practical 2 sizes up, 2 sizes under, something like that, creating bins that are neatly labeled of those sizes and putting those on the top shelf. Kind of how I encourage clients to transition out what I just say warm and cold clothes. It doesn't have to be by season, but it creates a lot of usable space. And using that top shelf to kind of stack 2 bins.
That's a good idea. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it.
It helps. It does help.
Why are you? I'm taking her to my closet. It is not that bad. Especially since I move into your closet. Men are always like, I'm getting pushed out of my closet. How to avoid that? Definitely transitioning out cold and that's an article sheet you need to write. How to not be transitioned out.
Give men their closets back, right? A lot of men get moved to the guest closet pretty quickly, so I help clients at least give and take a little bit with that, because it's something where both people should be able to get dressed in their same bedroom, but women have more clothes, typically. Men, if you have a lot, that's great, that's awesome, that means you're super stylish, I respect that, but women typically have more, so we need extra solutions.
We need. So, okay, I want to talk guys for a moment here. I can imagine that they need your service, paint, tools, garage, memorabilia. Give us some tips.
So offering clients custom garages is a very fun tool that men love. So they can design whatever they wish and whatever they want. So a lot of them want a workbench. So we create a countertop with drawers underneath, sometimes a space for a few bar stools or even a small cooler. Oh, yes. Yes. Speaking his language right now, I think. So, with a cooler out there. So it's their man cave. They like being out there. So why not make it aesthetically pleasing for both, for you and your spouse? Offering them solutions so they can kind of hide away some of those items that maybe to the wife it doesn't make sense that they're keeping, but they're into cars and they want to save those tires. So let's create a solution of where they can store those. So options are endless when it comes to custom. Sometimes even in the garage I'll see men, they like the idea of a shadow box. So you can get these shadow boxes from Michael's, and you may have memorabilia that your wife, it just doesn't make sense to her why you're keeping tickets from a game you went to, or a signed baseball from, 1990 or whatever it is that doesn't make sense to others. When we can create something as a focal point that's artistic and hang it on a wall space is great for storing memorabilia, because then you're appreciating it. It's not locked up in a box. So I love helping clients create solutions where then they can put it up somewhere where they can see it and recognize it. So garages are really fun. Whether it's a garage or a man cave, shadow boxes are a great place to hang both of those things. So that's a wonderful
paint
tool.
Cans. You give me. Do you remember the tip you shared on the audio by chance about the paint cans?
Hopefully it's the same one. Sometimes there's multiple solutions for the same thing, but a lot of us save paint cans because we want to know what color paint we use.
Yes.
So why are we saving all these paint cans when we could take pictures, and if you need to print the pictures out or put them in a folder on your desktop, that's fine, somewhere other than your phone. Take pictures of all the tops so you know what paint you have. Store that in a organized way, away, so that if you need it, you can access it. But a lot of times we save these paints where when we go to paint the house or whatnot, the sun has, ruined the color anyhow, so it doesn't match. So keeping the paint a lot of times is not very useful. We just want to know what color we liked.
Yes.
So take pictures to dry out that paint so you can actually put it in your trash can without making the garbage men very angry. You can put the paint cans on the side of your house, dump kitty litter in there.
Oh.
It's going to take time and time and time. It's going to take time.
Okay.
You're going to have to dump it in there probably 3 different times. But what it'll do is dry it out, harden it, so it's not causing a mess and an issue for the environment.
Love it.
Because a lot of times it's like, okay, so I took pictures, now what? Or Habitat for Humanity will come pick up your paint cans. What they do is they take all the paint that they get from people's houses, put it in one vat, dye it a darker color, and paint houses in the community with that paint.
Ooh, that's
There's so many great tools. It makes me really excited just because sometimes my clients, they just don't have time to dedicate to doing the right things with their items, and they would let go.
Yeah.
But they can't throw everything in their trash can and don't want to. So it's empowering people to make decisions they feel good about.
I love that. That's great to know about.
What about organizing photos?
I need tips on organizing
3,000 photos.
I like getting them off the phone and having an external backup on the computer, and a lot of people do that through iTunes or iPhoto. I have a great IT guy that helps me with mine to just double check, is it really being backed up? Is my phone really being backed up?
Yes.
But something simple to start with photos is just going through them and deleting the duplicates.
Yes.
So, we have the power to
or
take
500
photos.
selfies just to get the right one.
Right. So delete those. So get in the habit of going through your phone when you have like a down second when your car's being washed. Go through the photos, delete 200. I guarantee you can delete 200 in 15 minutes. No problem whatsoever. So it will help a lot.
Excellent.
Yes.
Any other questions coming in?
No.
Okay, good. Okay, so we're going to do a demo here in just a couple minutes. What are the keys to organizing success that you always share? So
3 things.
Yes.
So keep the best and discard the rest. And when I say discard, that just means recycling or donating. Minimal trash. Second thing is identify a home for everything. Because if we can do that, then we know where to find things. And then the third is follow through. And that's not easy, especially when you're counting on your family to follow through as well. But labels help with that. And it will keep the organizing work that you've done, it will maintain that for you.
Nice. Excellent. Great tips. Okay, let's do a demo.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so let's
Packing. I know, it's like packing tips.
All right.
A lot of people either have to travel for work or they have to just take, maybe they're taking a shorter vacation on the weekend or whatnot. So these tips will help them with that. So what I want people to do first, before you go to pack, so you don't overpack, is go through a list by day of what you're doing that day.
Okay.
So it doesn't have to be so specific, but if you know we're getting brunch with grandma, we're going to lay by the pool, we're going to a dinner, a casual
We're
dinner.
going on a hike.
So that's exactly. So that's what you're putting under each day.
Okay.
And then you're going to write each of those individual things on a sticky note.
Okay.
And I will show you what we're going to do with that.
Okay. Feel free to put it right up here.
All right. Don't want to scratch your
No, it's
table.
fine.
All right. So I like a red suitcase, so if I do check it, I can find it. What I've done here is I always set out what's for day 1 that I'm traveling in. I would set this out aside
Okay.
before I even travel. I like bagging shoes so that I can put it with the outfit it goes with, but it's not going to dirty things.
Yes. You don't want your shoes next to your toothbrush.
No.
Just saying.
I don't. So, okay, I'm not going to go through this because of time, too in depth, but these are my essentials. I never unpack these. These are your lotion, shampoo, toothbrush. I even have whitening strip in there. Shampoo, conditioner, all those.
So what do you mean you never unpack it? So you use it when you travel and then it stays?
It's only for travel.
Okay.
So it stays in my suitcase. When I get home from a trip, I refill to make sure that the toothpaste is full.
Okay.
To make sure that the conditioner and shampoo are full. So that when I need to grab and go again, it's ready to go.
Nice.
So pretty organized. I even have my headphones in here.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yep.
That's a light pack too with the clip.
I like clips, like these office binder clips. Is that what they're called, I
Yeah.
think? I have a mini hairbrush in here. Like everything you need to get by.
Perfect.
Okay, and I
Love
leave it in there. I can't live without my wand, as you can see.
Yeah.
So I bring that with me everywhere. Makeup bag, women. Okay, this is my makeup bag, which is kind of, there's people out there that are laughing at me right now. So this is where all my makeup is and lives and always resides. So that's easy for me. All right, so I pack backwards. So whatever's on, like, for this trip, day 4 goes in the very bottom. So that you're just grabbing on the top.
There it is. Yep. Okay.
So day 2 is like when we're already there. So
Okay.
a brunch outfit.
Wes, these stickies are great for the boys. So when they pull it out, they'll be like, oh, because they just grab anything and it just kind of wastes the clothes too.
So I want to show.
We need a better packer.
Well, either we can hire her or I can learn, okay?
We do pack for people, believe it or not, because some people are in and out so much.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the first outfit I'm going to need while I'm in my new spot. So hopefully I don't embarrass anyone by showing these things, but I pack everything I will need for this outfit in the outfit, because then you're not worried about your jewelry, undergarments. Women, we have specific things that go under certain outfits. Pack it with the outfit.
Love it.
So, I just kind of roll it up in there. It's all in there. Sorry for everybody watching, but the necklace, the undergarments, it's all there.
I love it, the necklace too.
Yep, you roll it back in there. And I mean, as neat and tidy as you need it to be. And you just keep going like that.
That's perfect.
I love it.
I'm doing this next time.
I would show
you
you all.
Plan a trip.
I would show you everything in here, but nonetheless, it just allows you to know you have the proper shoes. You have the proper accessories.
Yes.
Then you're not overpacking. Because a lot of times, like for pool day, it's like making sure that I packed the sunscreen in a bag inside of this.
Genius.
And the hat. So you have the flip-flops. Everything is there.
How can I have a
So
PhD
you're ready
and
to
not
go.
have ever thought of this?
I just love rolling it because it keeps it very separate.
Everything's together.
You can live out of your suitcase. You don't have to get there and hang everything up. A lot of my clothes don't wrinkle very much. Okay, men, suit bags. You're gonna have to have a suit bag.
Yeah.
If there are some dress shirts that can go in a small suitcase like this, I like to take the belt and roll it. I actually have a blog about this where you can see a photo. Take the belt, roll it up, and put it inside the collar.
Yep.
Because it keeps it firmly pressed.
That's a good
So
idea.
it helps with wrinkling. Nonetheless, wrinkle release is helpful, or a very small hand steamer.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have a small hand steamer and I love it.
Yep.
Your mom gave it to me years ago and I love it.
Men need a hand steamer for sure. You can get a good one through the woman that makes Joy huggable hangers, the brand Joy.
Okay.
It's a great little one.
Yeah.
And it's very
Yeah,
packable.
they're tiny, yeah.
So men, go get one of those
Yeah.
for sure. That'll help you a lot. But I feel bad for men. They have it harder when packing business clothes for work and traveling with it. You've got to carry that bag, unfortunately. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
It is really tough. So I'll definitely make an extra little tips and tricks for them, either through the YouTube channel. They can just search Simplicity Organizing Solutions on YouTube, and I'll do a special YouTube just for men
Yay!
packing. Yeah, 'cause, I mean, it's hard, men. I'm sorry. So, but
This is great.
this took, I am also a professional organizer. I
Uh-huh.
do this for a living, but this took me for this demo, and I have, 3, 6, I have 9 outfits in this bag with 3 pairs of shoes and accessories. Took 10 minutes.
Wow.
10 minutes before yes.
That's awesome. And you got so much in here because for like
Right.
9 outfits, I'd have the suitcase that they're like, you'll need to check that, ma'am.
Well, this is a short trip, and
Yes.
some women are going to need more hair products,
Right.
or they're going to, their regimen is maybe more complicated than mine. I live very minimalistically. So sometimes clients are like, well, this size is just not practical for me. And that's okay. But if you can at least group your outfits, Huge
Bam.
success. Huge success.
Bam. And then
Love
one
it.
thing you said, and I don't know if we'll have time, but it was somewhere I read, and unpack right away, just do it. So when you get back from your trip, and I do that, right, Wes? I try to unpack right away.
Put all of your dirty clothes in this extra
Yes.
pouch. So they're all gross and dirty together so that you know what you need to hang when you get back and what needs to go in the wash. Do it right away.
Love it. Do it right away. Okay, so we are at time here. Where can we find out everything that we need to know about Sarah?
So sorganizing.com will be your home base. That's the website. We're also on Facebook, Instagram. We're actually on Pinterest as well. So all of those websites, search us at S Organizing.
Okay.
And that's how you'll get a hold of us.
Excellent. If you could leave the viewers with one sentence, one piece of advice, what would it be?
One sentence. Schedule organizing time.
Love it. Excellent. Schedule organizing time this weekend. Happy Friday. Have a wonderful, organized weekend. Enjoy your family. And if you're packing, you can do it in 10 minutes or less.
You can.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching the Dr. Jaime Show episode this week. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Do me a favor and subscribe to me on iTunes and YouTube. And of course, please give me some feedback on the show. Looking forward to reading it.